Okay, good morning, people. Good morning, people. I hope you're all doing well. I just feel I just look so weird. Oh my god, I look so weird. Fuck, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? Ugh, I just can't look at myself. Especially not my mouth. I can't look at myself speaking. Okay, maybe I should speak like this. Okay. Hello, guys. My name is Flores. Catherine Flores. I am 32 years old. I live in Madeira, in Portugal. I grew up in Switzerland. I'm half Swiss and half Guyanese. And I emigrated to Portugal almost 8 years ago, or 7 and something at least. And oh my god, I've just experienced so much pain. I experienced a lot of pain the last 7 years. I think actually my whole life, but I just didn't notice until recently that my life was pretty painful. And I just had a big breakdown recently, actually just 1 month ago, and just been reflecting a lot and turning inward, trying to find my way, trying to find my center, trying to find out what life means for me, how I want to move forward privately, in my career, as a mom. And I keep hearing from people that I need to step up into my leadership role, and I just feel so uncomfortable doing this. When it comes to speaking my truth in public, there is a lot of resistance, and I don't even know where to start. So I'm just turning this video on and to practice and to just look at myself speak. Make it a habit to be in front of camera, recording myself speaking, and also to get out thoughts that I usually get out on paper, written in a written form, but I do want to learn how to speak it to an audience. So hello, this is me. Maybe a little bit about me. I have a kid which is 7 years old. Not recently, but a little bit over a year, I ended the relationship with my kid's dad, which was a very difficult thing to do for me. It was a very toxic relationship, and it taught me a lot. Actually, it did teach me a lot. I just really needed to learn to value myself, set boundaries, and to step up for myself. And this is a topic that I carry with me since childhood. And all of this has been coming up recently again. Yeah. Since childhood, I was a very performance-driven person, because that was the way I earned the love of my dad in particular. There was a lot of unlove that I experienced. Unlove, like the absence of love. Growing up, I grew up in a household where I did not see a loving couple building a safe home. I have 3 sisters, and I'm lucky to have them, because I don't know where if I would have made it if I didn't have them. Well, the story is that my mom, coming from Guyana to Switzerland, she had to give up a pretty good job and status as well. She was a teacher there, and in Switzerland this just meant nothing, and she had to start over from scratch, build her friendship circle, build some sort of income, and still all her life she was very dependent on my dad and the money in particular, and she was deeply unhappy, because also she didn't receive the love that you would hope to receive when you're building a family with someone. And she wanted to leave early on. I remember being like, I don't know, 4 years old or something like that, and her wanting to pack her suitcases and leave, and my dad would hold her back, and us kids just like crying and, Mama, where are you going? And so she stayed. She had a lot of love for us kids. I don't know where she took this love from, because in her life and in her childhood as well, she wasn't one to experience love either. But she took it from somewhere. I don't know where. She sucked it out of thin air and gave it all to us. And she reminds me of a flower blooming in the desert, because what she went through, I don't know if anyone would survive this, what she went through. And I mean, yeah, she did try to take her life a couple of times. When I was a teenager, that was when she was the most depressed and burnt out, and just wanted to end it in whatever way she could. Fuck. And I don't know, man. Just taking pills, or she would have those breakdowns, mental and nervous breakdowns, and would go completely crazy. She would drink to just numb herself, and she would take her clothes off and lay on the floor and just be mental, really mental. And in one of her most desperate moments, she handed over a kitchen knife, like a bread knife, and asked me to help her end her life. And I think that's a lot to ask a teenage girl. So I had to take responsibility very early on. I had to take responsibility that wasn't mine at a young age. I hid all alcoholic um, beverage bottles in my desk, so she couldn't find them when she would have a breakdown again. And you know, not just me, it was all my sisters had to take responsibility, helping our mom. After she recovered from one breakdown, it was just us counting or like watching the clock and waiting until the next breakdown would come. Oh my god. Speaking about my childhood trauma. Anyway, me seeing my parents like this, I swore, you know, actually, we grew up quite believing in God. And as a kid, I always wanted to be married and like never divorce, because divorce for me was like something bad. But then after some time and seeing my parents, I just said to myself, I never want to end up like this. I never want to be in such an unloving and unhappy relationship or marriage when I grow up. And even though I did not want to divorce, that if I ended up there, that I would. And yeah, fast forward some years, I never actually married my ex, luckily, but we had a 7-year relationship together, and our son was born very early on. He wanted to come very quick. And yeah, I found myself in the exact same situation as my parent. And you know, I was financially independent before I met him, and when I got into this relationship, slowly but surely I lost my independence. We emigrated together to Portugal after a bit more than half a year, like maybe after 8 months or so of knowing each other and being with each other. So all my saved money I invested, or like I used it to give us a runway of some time where we would create another income stream together, like build a business together, so we can live abroad. So I didn't have to find a job, physical job again, or whatever. Of course we made it, but what happened is that even though I asked multiple times for, to create a contract that says we both own this company, he started to mistrust me, and he did everything he just found so many excuses to not have to write this down. And eventually I realized that he will never do it. He basically just used me, my skills, because he didn't really, at that time at least, have any usable skills to make money with. I was the one designing for clients, and he would be looking for jobs online and applying to them. And when we got the job, I would do the work. And that is with being a mom. Like, I raised my kid, my first ever kid. I was a new mom in a country that I didn't know, and somewhat like an entrepreneur trying to build a business, and it was very, very overwhelming. Very overwhelming, and it just felt like I did the whole damn thing, you know? He didn't even drive the car. So I was like highly pregnant, driving the car all the way down to Portugal, getting the money in by working my ass off, um, being sleep deprived because I had a baby to take care of, and like work in between the feeding hours. And on top of that, he didn't even manage to do the household. Like, once in a while I had to really, clean up the whole kitchen, and I mean, luckily he at least made me some food. Yeah, I don't know. And still he said I didn't earn, I didn't deserve, or I didn't earn 50% of what we've built, because apparently he was the boss and I was just a worker. He was getting the jobs in, so he deserved the majority of the company. And yeah, basically he fucked me over. And this was particularly hard to get out of, because I had no money, I had no control, or like no way to earn my own money, because it was all under his thumb. And me leaving meant that I would have to start from the bottom again. And I knew what it took the first time when we emigrated and had to start new, and I knew what was lying in front of me. But the pain was just so big that I couldn't not take the step. So yeah, end of the year 2023, I said I'm gonna separate. I wanna separate. We went to Switzerland on a vacation in January 24, and I wouldn't be welcome back to the house. So the only option for me was to stay in Switzerland at my parents' house while he and my son went back. And I had to find clients, I had to find money. And within 2 months, I found, was it 2 months? It was 2 months. I found 2 clients that I could work for. And that gave me a bit of hope to rebuild my life. And then in March 24, I went back to Madeira to see my son for his 6th birthday, and I went to sleep on different friends' couches, and I built myself from zero. I have been working on myself since then. What's that? Bit more, what's that, 9 months or something like that. Been working on myself, been working on my financial stability. Yeah, I have been working a lot. I've been burning myself out, literally. Last month, I had a real bad breakdown, I would say. I just overworked myself and had too much on my shoulders, and I realized I need to shift things a little bit and adjust things in my work with my work, because I want to enjoy life a bit more again. Last year was all about like making sure the money comes in, making sure my kid has a home and I have a home. But now I want to find a bit more balance. But I don't know where it will take me, to be honest. I don't know where my path is leading me. I do know that I have a lot of experience with building projects, with just guiding people to plan their next steps in business and in life, I guess. I have a lot of insights because I've experienced a lot. I mean, I know about motherhood, I know about business, I know about emigrating, living in a different country. Yeah, but how to channel this into some way that I can help people, I don't know yet. Maybe I will make a group, like a talking group talking group of people who want to just share their pain and their journey, and them helping each other, and me just maybe holding the space, because I don't want to be a one-on-one coach. I think I also don't feel like I've learned to be a coach, but like holding a space where people can just be themselves and share their truth and their fears and their challenges. I don't need to be a coach for that. Yeah, maybe. Whew, okay. That's a video to watch back and to see how I feel about myself and putting myself out there. I think I need to make my hair better, for sure. Look, these don't look very nice anymore. But I like this spot here, and seeing the flowers in the background, and my window with the green view. Whew. Okay. See you next time.